Hello and welcome. My name is Desiree Shaw. I'm a psychotherapist and I vlog and I podcast about mental health. We are in the beginning stages of the lockdown. It's don't want to say the words, but COVID-19, let's just get it out there. I'm a psychotherapist and I practice at the Priory and privately. I'm doing remote therapy at the moment and I'm in my garden because I'm on lockdown and I am not allowed to leave. Just like everybody else, well, most of us, some of us are able to move around. And this is quite a tricky time. Therapy services are being inundated at the moment because there's a lot of people who are feeling anxious and feeling frustrated with what's going on and feeling all kinds of different things, and the worry and the uncertainty and all of this stuff is happening. And what do we do? How do we do it? What's going on? So recognize that right now you're in a situation that is not actually a normal situation. So if you're at home and you're in a new relationship or a very established relationship, it's likely that you might get triggered by each other. If you're at home with family, it's likely that you'll get triggered as well. If something is playing on your mind or there's another situation going on for you, recognize this. You're going to gravitate towards probably negative conversations and negative situations because as human beings we are predisposed to actually feel negative emotion, so we kind of gravitate towards negative. It's very easy for us to do that, but you're in charge of that, but you can change that. So it's not a case that you necessarily suddenly stop. It's actually that you can recognize what's actually happening for you. So right now, people are feeling anxious, they're feeling angry, they're feeling depressed, they're feeling hurt by all kinds of impacts that this whole lockdown can do, and not to mention the actual virus itself, what it can do, and people have loved ones as well that are affected. So recognize that our emotions are boiling. Now, if you're at home and you're stuck in, watch my video, Stuck Inside, which gives you some idea as to how to manage certain situations. Recognize that you get what you pay attention to. So whatever you're paying attention to, this is what you're going to trigger within yourself, that you're going to be the outcome in your behaviors. Imagine your thought process and your attention is currency. So instead of paying with money, you're paying with your time and effort and your thought process. That is currency in itself. You are paying
Mr. Harcourt,
with
time
your
is
time.
money.
So when you're in a situation and the negative thoughts or conversations or behaviors from other people trigger you to be even more so negative, trigger you into upset, depression, trigger you into anger, recognize that you're in charge of what you pay attention to. Right now there's a much bigger thing going on, and when we get to recognize collectively that there's a whole thing happening out there which needs our attention, which needs our cooperation. We're not going to be able to cooperate with each other when we're sitting in the middle of angry feelings, of hurt feelings, of anxiety feelings, of depressive feelings, because that's going to take us away from the very point of the very thing that we need our attention for. So you get what you pay attention to. If you find that you're feeling quite frustrated, or you find that you're feeling quite worried and quite anxious, it's because your attention is in those places. You're in charge of how you manage your attention. What CBT does is supports you to recognize that you're in charge and you're in control and you can do something about it. So in this video, it's about recognizing that you're the person who pays attention to any of the thought processes and conversations that trigger you into your immediate state of worry, of anger, of depression, of hurt, of shame, whatever it is that's going on in the back of your mind. Right now, you actually need your attention to stay well and to stay safe and to look after yourself. It's really important that you do that, and it's going to be difficult if you don't follow through with how to do that by actually engaging in things that are not supportive of your well-being. So anything that is not supportive of your well-being, okay, be it a rumination of thought, be it negative conversations with people who are talking negatively and upset about things, whether it's about feeling angry and constantly focusing on that anger, recognize that none of that is going to productively support you through this difficult time that we're all going through right now. And we all actually need each other. it's a very sad state of affairs when we don't recognise how much we need each other, and we can only recognise on all of the feelings that we're actually experiencing. So when you're at home right now, I mean, living with a client, living with a partner, living with somebody you've just got to know is probably not going to be the best idea that you could be doing right now, because these circumstances that we're living in at this moment are not normal, put it that way. So we've got to adapt as normally to an abnormal situation as we possibly can, which is not actually going to be an easy task, okay? But things will get better over time. Everything is only temporary, okay? We know life is temporary, that we don't have an expiration date, but we know when there's a bad time it's temporary, and we know when there's a good time it's also temporary. And what we do is we want to live in the middle with a happy medium. Instead of trying to go all the way up and come all the way down, we reside in the middle bit, and it's how we deal with the bad situations which support us in our best days. Yeah, our best days are not actually the days when we're laughing and smiling and everything's all great and belly laughs and tickles. That's not actually the best time. That's not our perfect day. Our perfect days are the ones where it's very difficult and you get through the difficult times under the most uncomfortable circumstances, still standing in the presence of who you are and grounded in yourself. So recognize what you're paying attention to and recognize how you are triggered. You're in charge of you, okay? So this is what you're paying attention to. This is Desiree Shaw. feel like I'm going to say this is Desiree Shaw reporting on the garden news. And psychotherapy and CBT. Desiree Shaw. I don't know if that would actually work. I'm getting really bad at my goodbyes, aren't I? I just don't know how to say goodbye to you. So anyway, look out for my next videos. I will be uploading quite often because I'm going to be at home. So if you are seeking support, or you want to have a chat, or maybe you just want to have an informal chat, maybe you're frustrated about something, or you wanted to find some way of gaining support for yourself, catch me in the link below. I'm more than happy to answer your questions, and follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, and make sure you absolutely subscribe to this channel. That would really make me a happy bunny. In fact, I'd be so happy that if you subscribe after watching this video, I will be even more happy. And I will say thank you for subscribing. Anyway, bye for now.
No!